Hi, I'm Alice Lewis, founder and CEO of Alice's Table. I can't wait to share with you how to create an incredible board for your holiday entertaining with Harry and David. So the first thing that's important when you're creating a holiday cheese board is thinking about the cheeses that you're going to select. How do you know which cheeses to pick? I don't know about you, but it can be very overwhelming at the cheese counter. So here are some essential tips. First of all, how much cheese do you need? I like the rule of thumb about 4 total ounces per person. So add up all of the ounces of your cheeses, put that number together, divide by 4, and that's the number of people you're serving. Next, I like to think about textures with my cheeses. I want a variety of textures to entice my guests and give them a really nice eating experience. Today, I have a hard cheese, a semi-soft cheese, and a fully soft goat cheese that's gonna spread beautifully. Okay, so 3 different textures. I think 3 cheeses is the perfect amount. Finally, I like to think about flavors when I'm building a cheese board. When I build a cheese board, I want to think about different flavors that my guests are going to enjoy. First, I choose a crowd pleaser. This is the cheese that nobody's gonna say no to. That tonight is my cheddar cheese. I have a nice sharp cheddar right here. It's a semi-soft cheese and everyone's going to love it. Next, I have a very special hard cheese. This is a Bella Vitano hard cheese with a balsamic edge to it. This is something that people have probably never tried before and they're going to love it. Next, we have a goat cheese. Picking a goat cheese is really great when you have other cheeses on your board. You never want to go with just goat cheese because some people love it and some people don't. Next, I'm going to show you how to elevate your simple goat cheese and turn it into something wow-worthy that you can put on your board. So next to me, I have some cranberries and some almonds, okay? With these cranberry almonds, I'm actually going to roll the log of my goat cheese. It's going to enhance the flavor, give it a little bit of crunch and a little bit of nuttiness. You can do this with all sorts of different log soft cheeses. So what I'll do is I'll grab a few almonds, just like this, and I've got a chef's knife in front of me. What I'm gonna do is just take the back of my knife, push down, and I'll crack these almonds. About 6 almonds, I would say. You don't need that many. And we're gonna save the rest for later, because as we build a board, we definitely will put some almonds on it at the end, almonds and cranberries. I like to carry my flavors through the entire board that I make. Now I'm just gonna add some cranberries right on top and give it a little chop. Just like this, go back and forth. Chop up those cranberries, get them nice and mixed in. Now I'm gonna take my goat cheese log. This is plain goat cheese. And I'm just gonna roll it in the mixture. Okay, just roll it in that mixture. Just like this, getting it all nice and pushing it on there. You can also just pull it on top, push them in. And this is gonna take a regular plain block of goat cheese, give it a little bit of texture and an incredible flavor fit for the holidays. Now, my goat cheese log is ready for my board. People often ask me, Alice, can I eat the rind of a cheese? The answer is yes. If you have a natural rind like this one on our Bella Vitano cheese that has a balsamic glaze, it's delicious. You can absolutely eat the rind, but it really is personal preference. Oftentimes, if you go to that fancy cheese store, they always are gonna give you a slice of cheese that has some rind on it. Why is that? The reason is that cheese, what's called, ripens from edge to tip. At the edge of the cheese, the flavor is the most intense, and as you work your way inwards, the flavor of this cheese is less intense. So you always want to cut a cheese that has a rind so that your guests get the full flavor profile this cheese has to offer. So we place it on our cutting board, and we're gonna cut nice slices just up our cheese, just like this. This way, we encourage guests to eat the end of the cheese all the way to the top of the cheese where the rind is. They'll get a really different flavor if you eat this end versus this end. I'm gonna show you how to take a standard block of cheddar cheese and slice it 3 different ways so that it elevates your board. First of all, with this standard block, I'm gonna cut it in half. I'll take this and just set it off to the side. We'll work with our first block here. I'm gonna cut across my square, just like this, creating 2 triangles. I'm gonna put them up, just like this, and slice across. I want about 4 slices out of each of these triangles. Also, I like to cut cheese when it's cold. It cuts much more easily, and then it'll get to room temperature, which is the ideal serving temperature, in time for your guests to arrive. And we can turn this into that lattice work that I know you've seen on Instagram before. I want you to take 1 triangle and another, face them in opposite directions, and slide them together. We're gonna do that with the whole block of this part of the cheese. This also literally brings height to your cheese board so that it's not just one note and very flat. It really is a great way to make your cheese board look super special. Just like that. Look at that lattice. I'm gonna place that here, and let's do 2 more cuts. So I have the rest of my cheese block here. This is the other half. I'm gonna cut this half in half. Take one of the halves and put it off to the side. And let's take this half and just slice little pieces. About like this, 1/4 inch or so. So now that I have rectangles, I'm gonna cut them crosswise, just like this, to create more triangles. And those triangles I can place around the edge of my board to give a really nice look. Perfect. And finally, I'm gonna cube the rest of my cheese. I'm just gonna cut down the middle here and slice across. Now I have a nice section of cubes that I can pile in the corner on another section of my cheese board. That way I've got lots of different sizes. Thanks for making a holiday board with me. Happy holidays from Alice's Table and Harry and David.